Good morning, students. How are you? I hope you all are fine and doing well. So today we are going to take the topic analytical paragraph writing. This is the topic from your writing section. So let us understand what is this analytical paragraph writing. Good morning, students. Today we are going to do analytical paragraph writing. So let us understand what is this analytical paragraph writing. So that would appear as your question number 4 in your writing skills as writing an analytical paragraph on the basis of the given map, chart, report, line graph, etc. in about 150 to 200 words. So that would appear as your 10 marks question. As I have told you, what is the word limit? 100 to 150 to 200 words. So let us understand what is this analytical paragraph. An analytical paragraph lays out and explains the evidence that supports your thesis. So what are theses? Thesis is a statement that declares what you believe and what you intend to prove. So what are the points to remember while making one analytical paragraph? First of all, read the question carefully. Summarize the information by selecting the main features, and you can also make relevant comparison if needed. And most important, don't add your own information or data. Whatever is given in your line chart or your graph or map, okay, explain that only. Moreover, don't use first person pronoun in this paragraph. So, analytical paragraph presents evidence in order to prove and support your thesis. Thesis is a statement that declares what you believe and what you intend to prove. These analytical paragraphs are based on charts, table, maps or graphs as shown in this picture. Charts, table, maps and graphs. Every analytical paragraph should include 3 elements. So what are these 3 elements? First of all, introduction. You have to introduce the thesis. Second is your body, means you have to elaborate your analysis, and then you make the conclusion. So let us do one example. So here I am putting one question. The line graph below shows changes in the amount and types of fast food consumed by Australian teenagers from 1975 to 2000. Now summarize the information by selecting and reporting the main features and make comparison where relevant. So this is the form of question we are going to do. So this is the line graph which is presenting here. What is the title here? Consumption of fast food by Australian teenagers. So in this line graph, as you can see, pizza, fish and chips and hamburgers. So the consumption of these 3 is shown by the lines here. You can analyze now and start putting this. How you would start putting it? First is introduce the graph. You need to begin with 2 or 3 sentences that state what the line graph shows. So first opening line would be start with 2 or 3 lines. So here I am solving it. Okay. So the line graph compares the fast food consumption of teenagers in Australia between 1975 and 2000, a period of 25 years. What is the time gap between 1975 and 2000? 20 years. That's why I have started the lines like this. The line graph compares the fast food consumption of teenagers in Australia between 1975 and 2000, a period of 25 years. So let's move to the next step. Now start putting the body. So this is I am telling you how you will put the body of the paragraph. Now you can specify it. Okay, add more details in your body paragraph. So look at the paragraph. Look at the graph again and what things are similar and what things are different. Now we will make it more specific. As we have already identified in the overview, the consumption of fish and chips declined over the period, whereas the amount of pizza and hamburgers that were eaten increased. So it is clear that pizza and hamburgers were following a similar pattern, but fish and chips were different. On this basis, you can use these as your groups and focus one paragraph on fish and chips. So now we would start putting one paragraph. So this is the content. So how I would start? In 1975, the most popular fast food with Australian teenagers was fish and chips, being eaten 100 times a year. This was far higher than pizza and hamburgers, which were consumed approximately 5 times a year. However, apart from a brief rise again from 1980s to 1985, the consumption of fish and chips gradually declined over the 25 years time scale to finish at just under 40. Now comes to the paragraph 2. How you would just put the paragraph 2? As you can see, the focus is on fish and chips. This does not mean you should not mention the other two foods. So as you should still make comparisons of the data as the question asks. So what would be the content of paragraph 2? Here I am starting. In the sharp contrast to this, teenagers ate the other two fast foods at much higher levels. Pizza consumption increased gradually until it overtook the consumption of fish and chips in 1990. It then leveled off from 1995 to 2000. The biggest rise was seen in hamburgers as the occasions they were eaten increased sharply throughout the 1970s and 1980s, exceeding that of fish and chips in 1985. It finished at the same level that fish and chips began, with consumption at 100 times a year. So this is the content of paragraph 2. Fine. So now comes to the conclusion. What is the overview? As I have told you, you need to conclude it. So these are the last lines. Overall, the consumption of fish and chips declined over the period, whereas the amount of pizza and hamburgers that were eaten increased. So in this way, we have interpreted all the data which was given in the line graph. So what you need to remember while making the answer? First of all, introduction. Second is your body of the text, that is in the form of two paragraphs, paragraph number 1 and paragraph number 2. Then comes your conclusion. So these you need to remember. So focus points would be: take time to read through the model and pay attention to the content of each paragraph. The use of verbs, nouns, adverbs and adjectives. The logical order of information in the body paragraph. It must be logical. Okay, don't add your own data. What is given, you just need to interpret that. So there is one example, that is vocabulary for the line graph. How you can use the vocabulary. Suppose you are using rise as a verb, so you would write rise. But if you are using rise as a noun, so you would use a rise. Same, increase and increase, climb or climb, grow or growth. Okay, so downward trends like decrease or decrease, drop or drop, fall or fall, decline or decline. Vocabulary for the line graphs. Okay, when you are making the line graphs, you can start with like over the next 3 days, 3 days later, in the following 3 days, the next 3 days show, over the period, from or to, between and end, the last year, the final year, the first year, at the beginning of the period, at the end of the period. Other vocabulary words you can use as fluctuate or fluctuation, dip or dip, remain steady, remain stable, remain unchanged, level of, peak at, reach a peak of, hit a high of, hit a low of, bottom out, and in such a way you can make your paragraph writing more impressive. Now I hope that you have understood the analytical paragraph writing. Okay, so this is one of the element used to assess students' writing skills. So here we have done the analytical paragraph writing with one example. I hope this is clear now. So we have done it, the analytical paragraph writing. Thank you for watching this video.